Let's see some questions based upon the bolted connection design. So with these questions we'll try to understand the theory part more clearly. So this is the first question. This is a lap joint is given and we have to find out the efficiency of this joint. So efficiency is given as strength of joint divided by strength of solid plate into 100. So strength of solid plate is governed by the yield strength of the plate, whereas this strength of the joint is minimum of three things. Minimum of three things, that is shear capacity of bolts, bearing capacity of bolts, or these two terms we can say it is the strength of bolts, and the other thing is strength of plate at critical section. So these two criteria, that is strength of bolts and strength of plate, these two, the minimum of these two gives us the strength of the joint, and dividing it by the strength of solid plate we can obtain the efficiency of the joint. So we'll try to find out the strength of bolt and strength of plate. So first we'll see the strength of bolts. So strength of bolt, as we can see, it is the minimum of two things, that is shear capacity or bearing capacity. So first let's see the shear capacity. So the shear capacity formula by code it is given as, if we say Vs is the shear capacity, then it is 1 upon gamma mb into under root 3 ns into as plus nn into an, where this as is the area of shank, an is the net area that is at root or at thread, and ns is the number of shear planes passing through shank, and nn is the number of shear planes passing through thread. So if nothing is given, if it is a case of single shear, that is a lap joint. So if it is a case of lap joint or single shear, so to find out the critical condition, what we'll do, we'll assume that the shear plane passes through the root of the bolt or the thread part, because it will give us the net less area net, that is 0.78 times pi by 4 into d square. So this gives us the less area of the bolt. So with using this we can calculate the shear capacity. If it is given that the shear plane passes through shank, then you can take as shank, but if nothing is given, you should take it to passing through the thread of the bolt. So using this formula, because it's a single shear, so ns here we can say we are taking it 0 and nn we are taking as 1. So an is equal to 0.78 times pi by 4 d square. So what is the die of the bolt? So it is given that M20 bolt is used, it means D is equal to 20 and D naught, that is die of the hole, is 22 mm. 4.6 means the ultimate strength of bolt is 400 MPa and the yield stress is 240 MPa. So we have to use the ultimate stress in this formula. Here I missed it, this is FUB. So using this we can calculate here 400 by partial safety factor for ultimate stress is 1.25 under root 3, ns is 0, so this term is 0 and this term is 0.78 into pi by 4 into d is 20, so that is 20 square. So that gives us the shear capacity of one bolt. Now we have to see how many bolts are there. So we can see here that 6 bolts are there, so we will multiply it by 6. So it means that all the 6 shear planes have to fail, then only these two plates will get apart. That's why we are using the shear strength of 6 bolts. So multiplying it by 6, so from here we get the shear capacity as 271.63 kilonewton. Now after that, let's see the bearing capacity or the bearing strength. So the bearing strength, if we denote it with VB, then it is given as 2.5 kb dtfu by gamma mb. Now kb we have to find with these 4 criteria, that is minimum of E upon 3d naught, P upon 3d naught minus 0.25, fu by fu, fub by fu, and 1. So it cannot be greater than 1. So using these criteria we can calculate. So what is going to be the value E? What is the value of E? That is end distance. So this is the end distance, this is the direction of load. So this part that is in the direction of load, this distance is the end distance. If we are talking about the perpendicular to the direction of the load, then that is edge distance. So here we are using end distance, that is 30 upon 3 into 22, that is d naught. So this gives us 0.45, and from this second part, that is 60 upon 66 minus 0.25, we get as 0.659, and FUB by FU, that would be equal to 400 divided by 410, that is equal to 0.975. So the minimum is obviously 0.45. So we have obtained the value of kb as 0.45. Now what else is remaining? So D is the dia of the bolt, Fu is the ultimate strength of plate. Now this T, that is thickness. So last time or in the theory video I said it we take as the minimum thickness, but that is the oversimplification. What the definition of T is given by the code, it is given as summation of thickness of the combined plates experiencing bearing stress in the same direction. So because it is a lap joint in this case, in this current case, so if there is this bolt, so if we are pulling it here and this one pulling it here, so in this upper part the stresses will be developed on this face, whereas in this part stresses are developed on this face. So what this statement means, that it is a summation of thicknesses of the combined plates experiencing bearing stress in the same direction. So here we have only two plates, and the direction of bearing stress is different in both the plates. So it is just the thickness of a single plate, but this definition will come into picture when we try to solve this kind of, that is butt joint, when we try to solve. So we'll make use of this definition when we are doing this butt joint. Here we can simply take it as the thickness of single plate, so that is equal to, it is given as 20 mm. Rest of the things are given, we know everything, so we can find out the bearing strength here. So VB is equal to 2.5, kb we obtained as 0.45, D is 20, T is 20, Fu is 410 divided by 1.25. So that is equal to, from here we obtain the value of bearing capacity as, so this will give us the bearing capacity of single bolt, that is 147.6 kilonewton if we divide it by 1000 also. Now we are having 6 bolts, so for the whole connection to fail, these all the bolts should fail in bearing. So that gives us the bearing strength as 885.6 kilonewton. So we have obtained the shear strength and bearing strength. So here we can easily see that the shear strength is the lower of the two. So the bolt capacity or bolt strength is equal to 271.6 kilonewton. Now let's see the strength of plate first. So strength of plate in rupture, so that is given as 0.9 AN FU by gamma ml. So what are all these terms here? FU is 410, that is given in the question, and AN is the net area at the critical section. So what would be the critical section in this case? So either it can fail from here or it can fail from here. Both are having same critical section, that is 3 bolts are there or bolt holes are there. So using that we can calculate the AN, that is 0.9 into AN would be, what is the width here? So width is 180 minus 3 bolt holes are there, that is 180 minus 3 into 22 multiplied by the thickness, that is 20 mm. That would be our AN. So 180 minus 3 into 22 multiplied by 20, and the value of FU is 410 divided by 1.25, that is the partial safety factor for ultimate stress. And so from here we get the strength of plate at the critical section in rupture as 673.056 kilonewton. So we have obtained the strength of bolt and we have obtained the strength of plate in rupture. So the strength of joint would be the minimum of these two, that is strength of bolt and strength of plate at critical section. So strength of bolt, it is 271.6, and strength of plate is higher, that is 673 kilonewton. So obviously the strength of joint is equal to 271.6 kilonewton. Now to obtain the efficiency, first we need to find out the strength of solid plate. So the strength of solid plate is governed by the yield strength, that is given as Fy upon gamma m naught into area, that is gross area. So Fy for this plate, it is given 250 MPa, gamma m naught, the partial safety factor at yield stress is 1.1, and gross area, so gross area here would be 180 into 20 without doing any deduction, that is gross area, that is 180 into 20. And so from here strength of plate is equal to 8.182 kilonewton if you divide it by 1000 also. So we can find out the efficiency as the strength of joint, that is 271.6 divided by strength of solid plate, that is 818.182 multiplied by 100. So the efficiency comes out to be 33.19%. That is the answer of this question. So now let's see the other question, which is on the butt joint, that is double cover butt joint. Okay, so this is the question. We have two plates, two 16 mm plates which are connected using two cover plates of 10 mm thickness, and this is the arrangement, that is diamond staggering or the diamond connection it is called as, it is used here. So here also we have to find out the maximum force that can be transferred using this joint. Maximum force that can be transferred. So maximum force would be the minimum strength. That is, we will again find out these three strengths, as I said, what we calculated earlier, that is shear capacity, bearing capacity, and rupture of plate. And the minimum of these three gives us the maximum force that can be transferred. So let's try to find these out. So first, let's begin with shear capacity. So the shear capacity, the formula Vs is given as FUB by gamma mb under root 3 multiplied by As into Ns plus An into Nn. In this case, that Ns and Nn, that is shear plane passing through shank and shear plane passing through thread, both are taken as 1. Ns is equal to 1 and Nn is equal to 1. Here we say that this part, it can be the shank part and this part can be the root part. So we have two shear planes, one passing through each, that is one passing through shank and one passing through the thread area. So the As, that is the shank area, it is equal to pi by 4 into d square. So here also the same things are given about the bolts, that is M20 and grade 4.6 and plate is Fe415 and so F5 would be 250. So M20, this is M20, so dia would be 20 mm square, so As is equal to pi by 4 into 20 square and An is equal to 0.78 into pi by 4 into 20 square. So putting all these values, we can calculate the shear strength. FUB is 400 divided by 1.25 into under root 3. So 1 into 1 plane is passing through the each, so 1 into pi by 4 into 20 square plus 0.78 into pi by 4 into 20 square. So that is the shear capacity or shear strength for one bolt. Now let's see how many bolts are required if we want this plate to fail or this connection to fail. So here we can see if these 6 bolts fail, so this part of the plate or this plate will come out or this will be separated from rest of the connection. So it means that 6 bolts are sufficient for this connection to fail, and that's why we will multiply it by 6. That is the shear strength of 6 bolts we will use. And so from here Vs comes out to be 619.884 kilonewton. And later we'll need the shear strength of single bolt also. So we can write Vs dash, that is the shear strength of single bolt. It is equal to 103.314 kilonewton. So this term is simply 103.314 multiplied by 6. This we'll need later, so that's why I wrote it here. So that way we find out the shear capacity of the bolt. Now let's move to the bearing capacity or bearing strength. So the formula we have is Vb is equal to 2.5 kb dt fu divided by gamma mb. Now we have to find out this kb, but because this is a staggered joint or a zigzag joint, so depending upon that the end distance is different for different these bolts. So for this bolt, if I say this is section 1 this is section 2 and this is section 3. So for this joint, the first one, it is governed by this end distance, but for the second distance, what would be this end distance? This end distance would be 40 plus 60 for this section if we say. So 40 plus 60 is 100, so So we take E upon 3D naught. So 100 divided by 3 into 22. This term would go greater than 1, so that we will neglect, we won't need. So let's see here. So for boards at section 11, KB is equal to minimum of E upon 3D naught, and that is equal to E here is 40. So 40 upon 3 into 22, that is 66, and P upon 3D naught minus 0.25, and that is equal to, what is the value of P here? So P is 60. So 60 divided by 66 minus 0.25. Other two are not necessary because they will be greater than these two. And so from here, this first term comes out as 0.6061, and the second one comes out as 0.6591. So obviously this is the minimum value. So that is for boards at section 11. But let's see for boards at section 22. So KB would be the minimum of these all. So as I said, if we take E upon 3D naught, so E here is becoming as 40 plus 60, that is 100 divided by 66, so that is greater than 1, so we will neglect this. So here it is governed by this other one, that is P upon 3D naught minus 0.25, and so this value is equal to, as we calculated here, this is the same, it is 0.6591. Similar is the case for section 3 also, because for this section the value of E will further increase. So for section 2 and 3, this is equal to 0.6591.